I arrive at Cornell College, Mount Vernon, with the gleam of a privileged air, my suitcase glittering like a promise of effortless success. Yet the moment I step through the gates, the air feels heavy with neglect. I walk toward the dining hall dreaming of a warm plate, but the tray I receive is a slab of salt-laden mush that tastes of ocean brine and regret. The broth is watery, the meat is rubbery, the vegetables wilted as if they were mourning their own demise. This is why the food fails me. The excess of sodium assaults my palate, makes me thirsty and nauseous, and leaves me feeling weak, a reminder that the tuition I paid does not guarantee nourishment. The staff stare at me with vacant eyes, their shoulders slumped as if they are too exhausted to smile. When I ask for a cup to take my coffee to my room, they block my hand and glare as though I was stealing. Their refusal to allow a simple to-go cup is not a petty rule. It signals a culture of control that forces students to eat on site, denying them the autonomy to manage their own time and space. The shame I feel is amplified by the knowledge that they are treating paying adults like thieves. I watch other students line up, their faces pale from the same over-salted meals, their stomachs empty despite the price tag on the plate. The cafeteria closes early, the lights dim before the official hour, and the remaining food is whisked away like a secret hidden from hungry eyes. This early shutdown is a betrayal. It tells us that our hunger is an inconvenience, that the institution prefers an empty hall to a satisfied student body. The psychological impact is a deepening sense of abandonment, the belief that we are not valued beyond the tuition check. Beyond the meals, the building itself betrays us. The second floor lacks an elevator, a cruel omission for anyone with a disability. Stairs climb like a mountain, each step a reminder that accessibility is an afterthought. This is not merely an inconvenience. It is a violation of basic human rights, a signal that the college cares more about aesthetics than inclusion. The absence of an elevator isolates those who need it, turning the campus into a prison of stairs. I hear whispers of safety concerns that chill my spine. A student known for violence was allowed to graduate after a single year of suspension, then placed on the wrestling team without any notation on his record. The administration turned a blind eye, allowing the victim to share classrooms with her aggressor. This negligence creates an environment where fear thrives, where survivors are forced to relive trauma daily. The lack of protective measures erodes trust, and trust is the foundation of any learning community. Harassment lingers in the corridors like a winter fog. I am warned that once you are trapped here, the whispers become shouts, the glances become threats. The culture of intimidation is a poison that spreads, making the mind a battlefield. When students feel unsafe, their ability to study, to create, to grow is stifled, and the college's reputation crumbles under the weight of its own indifference. The academic schedule, the block plan, is advertised as innovative, but proves to be an exhausting sprint. One intense course after another leaves me sleepless, my mind overloaded, my social life evaporated. The promise of depth is replaced by shallow learning because the college packs too much into too little time. This design breeds burnout, a mental fatigue that clouds judgment and erodes enthusiasm for education. Dormitories creak with age, heating systems sputter, hot water dribbles like a reluctant stream. Maintenance requests linger for weeks, ignored as if the complaints are invisible. The cold rooms become a physical manifestation of the college's cold indifference. When the walls are drafty and the lights flicker, the sense of belonging melts away, replaced by a constant battle against the environment. Financial aid is a joke, a promise broken, the R.E.D. office hands out letters that look like apologies, while the debt mounts like a storm cloud over my future. The mismatch between the cost and the delivered experience feels like a fraud, a betrayal of trust that leaves me questioning the value of my education. I look at the campus and see a facade of charm, yet beneath the surface lies a collection of failures. Salty meals that rob me of health, staff that treat me like a thief, stairs that imprison the disabled, a safety system that protects the wrong, a schedule that crushes the spirit, rooms that freeze, and a financial promise that evaporates. Each floor is a stone in a wall that separates me from the bright future promised in glossy brochures.
Businesses near Cornell College, Mount Vernon, have a dark cloud hovering over them. It's like a storm that just won't clear up. Unfortunately, travelers, you should be prepared for a less-than-ideal experience. Let's start with the shopping experience at Lindell Mall. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but the haystack is a mess. Reviewers complain about the confusing layout, limited store options, and a general feeling of unease. One reviewer even mentioned a brawl breaking out on a busy day. Yes, you heard that right, a brawl. It's like the mall is a powder keg waiting to explode. Add to that the strict security measures, and you'll feel like you're in a maximum security prison rather than a shopping mall. And don't even get me started on the food court, it's as barren as a desert. But wait, it gets worse. The Lincoln Wine Bar is another story of disappointment and frustration. It's like they're trying to win an award for the most creative excuses for bad service. Reviewers complained about wait times, unavailable items, and a general lack of concern from the staff. One reviewer even mentioned that the pizza was undercooked and the crust was burnt. Now, I am no chef, but I am pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to make a pizza. It's like they're trying to poison you with bad food and bad service. As I dig deeper, I start to feel like a detective trying to uncover a conspiracy. It's like these businesses are trying to hide something from us. The lack of transparency, the poor service, the subpar food, it's all starting to add up. And what's even more disturbing is that they seem to be getting away with it. I have to warn you, travelers, businesses near Cornell College, Mount Vernon, are not what they seem. They're like a wolf in sheep's clothing, waiting to pounce on unsuspecting tourists. So, be careful, be vigilant, and don't say I didn't warn you. Now, I know what you're thinking, what can I do to avoid these businesses? Well, my advice is to do your research, read reviews, and trust your instincts. Don't be afraid to walk away if something doesn't feel right. And if all else fails, try to find a different location. Trust me, it's not worth the headache. As I conclude this report, I am left with a sense of disappointment and frustration. It's like these businesses are failing their customers in every way possible. But I am not one to give up hope. I believe that with a little bit of pressure and some good old-fashioned consumer advocacy, we can bring about change. So, let's rise up, travelers, and demand better. We deserve it.
You know, it's really something, the things that go on around Cornell College, Mount Vernon. It's like, you walk into these charming little stores and you think you're safe, you know. But the truth is, beneath the surface, there's this whole other world where not everything is as it seems. Take, for instance, the card skimming devices they found in some of the stores here. It's like, one minute you're buying a souvenir, and the next, someone else halfway across the world using your card details. I can only imagine the sinking feeling those tourists must have had when they saw their bank accounts drained. They probably felt so helpless, you know, scrambling to call their banks, cancel their cards, and who knows if they even got their money back. And the scammers, they're probably off somewhere enjoying their ill-gotten gains, but let us hope they get caught. It's just wrong, you know, how can you trust anywhere after something like that? And then there's this massive ATM scheme at the Mount Vernon Money Center. Millions of dollars just gone, can you imagine? You go to withdraw some cash to enjoy your trip, and there's nothing there because some guy decided to help himself to the vault. The victims must have been in shock. I bet they had to cut their trip short, figure out how to get by without their money. And the mastermind behind it all, well, he's probably lawyered up by now, but I hope he gets what's coming to him. It's just so unfair to the people who saved up for their vacation, only to have it snatched away like that. But wait, there's more, the check washing scam. It's like something out of a movie. You drop off your check for a cute little trinket and then some criminal genius washes it, changes the amount and cashes in. The shop owners are left in the lurch and the tourists, they're probably back home, arguing with their bank, trying to prove they didn't write a check for thousands more than they spent. It's just a mess, and it makes you wonder, how can something so simple be so dangerous? And let us not forget the fraudulent transactions at local stores. It's like, you can even buy a cup of coffee without worrying if your card is going to be cloned or your identity stolen. The city officials stepped in, thank goodness, but the damage was already done for some. I can picture the tourists, confused, checking their statements every 5 minutes, fearing the worst. It's just so sad that they have to go through this in a place that's supposed to be about creating happy memories. It's a real shame, you know. These stores near Cornell College, Mount Vernon, they ray like a facade, hiding all these secrets and scams. It makes you want to just stay in your room and never come out. But then, where's the fun?